In this video, we're going to go over how to make a twill weave sample. Twill weaves are kind of fun because they have this stair-step pattern that kind of forms, gives a diagonal line. If you think about jeans, they have diagonal lines. That's because they are a twill weave. Denim is a twill weave. So this is what we're creating. Ours will be a little bit smaller than this, but this is what we're going for. For this sample, you're going to need 5 strips of one color, 5 strips of another. My strips are 3/4 inch wide. If you have extra strips from a previous sample that are long enough to do 5 by 5, this one's only long enough for 4, but if it was long enough for 5, then you could use those. You're also going to need scissors and a glue stick for this sample. So twill weaves they go over 2, under 2, and then they offset each row by 2. So this one starts with under 2, but it goes under 2, over 2, under 2, and then we would go over 2 if it continued on. And then we offset it once, so it's just going to go under 1, over 2, under 2, over 2. And it continues that pattern. The offset is what gives it that stair step diagonal. So as you're working, you should always see this stair step. You should see that continue and touch. It shouldn't skip a stair or a step or anything like that. So kind of watch for that as we go through. I'm going to pick one color to be my warp greens. So that's going left to right. And then one color to be this is my weft grains. Goes left to right. This is my warp grains. It's going up and down. So I will start by doing the top. I'm going to do over 2 and then under 2, and then the next row I will offset it. So to do over 2, I would need to cover up my first 2 like that. So I'm going to go on the back of my piece right here, and I will glue those first 2 on to do my over 2. You want them right next to each other, but not overlapping, so that you have space to weave later. And then I'm going to go, so I want over 2, and then I'm going to do my under 2 right here. So I'll lay 2 on top, so the yellow is going under the blue. And then I'm going to go over 2 again, but since I'm only doing 5 strips, I will only have 1 to go over right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Like that. So now I have my first row done. Next thing I'm going to do is go down my left side and add the next row, and I will just add it in and then glue it on the left. I'm not going to glue on the right or the bottom until I know that I'm completely done and I can see my finished pattern. So I'm going to go, I did over 2, under 2, over 2, but now I need to offset it 1. So now I'm going to go under 1, over 2, and then under 2. Like that. So once I have that and I can see my stair steps forming, I'm not missing anything, then I'll go ahead and glue on the left side, but I'm going to wait to glue on the right side till I'm completely finished with my pattern. Next I'm going to offset 1 again, so I'm going to go under 2, and then over 2, and then it would be under 2 like that. So you can see my stair step is forming. I'm not missing anything, okay? If I were to go over 3, you can see my stair step is getting finished. It's ending. It should always continue on. I should have a blue right here for that stair step to continue. And if I were to just do the same thing I did last time, my stair step would not continue either. So I need to make sure I'm offsetting what I'm doing. Sorry. There we go. And I'm continuing my stair step all the way down. Once I have that, I'm good to go ahead and glue my far side in. It's a little crooked. Try and keep them nice and straight because that'll make it look a little bit better. Okay, and I'm going to offset it, and so I'm going to go, let me think about this. I should under 2, so I'm going to go over 1 and then under 2. Sometimes it takes a minute to really figure out what you're doing. But I think the biggest giveaway of whether you're doing it right or not is if you see these stair steps continuing, okay? And then I'll go ahead and do my last one. I'm going to go over 2, under 2, and then it would be over 2, just like that. So you can see these stair steps go all the way across my pattern. So you're going to go through, you're going to make sure that those stairs go all the way. You can continue, there's never a gap. And then once you feel good about that, you can go ahead and glue your right side and the bottom, like so. So I'll glue anything that's coming over on this side, and then I'll flip it and do the same. So I'm gonna flip this here. Anything that is now over, it was behind before, I can now flip and glue, and that's already glued, just like that. Now I can trim my sides so they look really good, and I have a finished, completed twill weave sample. That looks like this. Nice job.